Feel the feet connecting the floor, whether it's a carpet or it's a concrete or whatever surface that you might be on. There we go. So if you've just joined, let's just begin the gentle raises with the feet. Let's go up. Just get those flexors of the foot. We're going to practice for about next 30 seconds, half a minute. Gentle lifting up on the toes and then coming down slowly onto the heels. Up. There you go. We've only just started, so you're not behind. Another 5 seconds. See if you can actually do this with your eyes closed. Just keep your spine tall, straight. And go ahead. Just when you're ready, just roll the shoulders a few times and really just purposely inhale through your nose and then out through your mouth. Just a few times, cycle maybe 3 or 4 times. You can face whichever direction of the room you like, doesn't matter. Good. Okay. Let's speed up a little bit. So we're going to increase the speed of the turning. So keep your elbows up, almost in this sort of open elbows, and just turn your whole body into the hips. So try and soften the knees as you push the weight into rotating into the side to side. Yeah. Again, you want to keep your spine tall. Yeah. And what you could even do, once you get the motion right, really speed up the turn. If you almost deliberately want to speed up and then slow down at the end. So speed, slow at the end. And almost you sort of throwing something around, or like a discus, or like, yeah. 5, keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1, and there you go. Just we mentioned about the shakes, a good way to get the stress out of this. So shaking the flexors like fingers, your feet. You can always do those in between. We're going to encourage the heart rate to go up next 60 seconds. So can we start off with nice high knees, everyone? Let's go. Again, if you have space in front of you, you can even add some movement. So progress forwards, and then be careful when you go back. Add some nice, yeah. You could even do some sides, like a lateral movement. Body works, sort of moves in different directions. So why not encourage we have 20 seconds remaining. Here we go. Maybe last 10, we can speed up. Yeah. Good. Reserving the energy for the next exercise. No. Okay, we're going to progress straight into the next one. So here's what we're going to do. Straight-legged kick. So I'll show you from the side. So it looks like 1 and then 2. We alternate the legs. Here we go. 20 of these. You can count your reps or your kicks. And this is a really good stretch to release the back as well. So your lower back and shoulders. Again, if your shoulders are giving discomfort, don't go too high. Just show a target and then it requires coordination too. So opposite. You got it. So we're switching the steps and then go. Looking good, I think. Really. Throughout this, you always want to stay in control of your breathing, of your environment where you are. So you can always feel stepping and moving. Let's go for 2 more. We might have done a bit extra, but that's okay. Yeah. Good. Just always check your space around you. What do you got? Yeah. Let's work. Okay. This is still part of a warm-up. Let's just encourage perhaps one of those body parts that often gets perhaps neglected, or we just feel the sort of tightness often around the lower back. So we all should remember this slow release of the back on top of your legs. Let it hang, just stay there a couple of seconds and then come up. We are going to do this 2 more times. So if you just watching this. If you've just done this, let's add 2 more. Inhale at the top, and then really work with your breath as you exhale. Feel this sort of emptying of the lungs. The space should be more around the abdominal, and come back up. Now, go for 1 more. Roll slowly, slowly, slowly. Shouldn't feel like you're putting too much pressure on your lower back. And then the last one, see if you can actually stay down. Okay, just walk onto your fingers, like almost like a downward dog position, and then walk your heels, almost like a getting the stretch into the calf muscles, maybe even the hamstrings. Staying either way through your fingers or through your palms, doesn't matter. And just keep moving. Take your heels into the floor. There we go. There we go. 2, 1. And what we're going to do, instead of going on the floor, we're going to jump in and come back up into the standing position in your own time. Yes. Good. Just let's open up the, well done. Well done. This wasn't easy, so we're just keeping the movement going. So I'm going to show you this stretch, for a really simple stretch, but really useful, especially if you find you start to feel sort of dull pain around the lower back, or if anything, sometimes in the tight hamstring. So take a step back for me, like so. You don't need to lunge, but step back and try to lift your arm up as high as you can, but don't just lift it from your shoulder. There's a technique where I want you to really feel like you're lifting from your lower back, from the side of the hip, and almost you want to sort of press your hand into the wall, into the ceiling, sorry. Yeah. And then add a slight tilt across the opposite hip. So whichever thing is in front of you, that's the side that you're tilting into. With this free hand, just simply hold the hand in the side. Just by holding this for 15 seconds. It's great for the stretch out the posture, but also great to release some of the tightness around the hips. So let's repeat this on the other side. Again, if you don't feel it straight away, don't panic. Just really, sometimes it takes a little practice to push from this hip. So don't lift, avoid the press from the shoulder. It's more like lifting the whole, tilting the whole body towards one side. Yeah, keep the body straight. Avoid leaning back. Stay tall throughout, and then push from your palm. Hold 3, 2, 1, and release. Right. We have 1 more exercise, and then we'll have a sip of water. Here we go. We're gonna bring some reaction back into the movement. So we should all remember this: left and then right. Since I think I'm the only person who can hear me, otherwise we could go around the room to take turns, but let's go for about 10 instructions. When you're ready, start, ready, left. Oh, I want to see left knee, right. Lift the knee nice and high, left. Left. Keep moving. Right. Left. Right. Right. Good. And right. There you go. Well done. Have a sip of water, perhaps. Just to gather come around the room. Let's warm up the shoulders with some added extra resistance. So just before you come back to the screen, if you perhaps can prepare your small resistance, yeah? We're going to revisit the shoulder motions. There's different ways the shoulders can move, of course. They can move front, they can move side. Let's start to work with this. I'll remind you with the motion. So if you first stand from the side, it might be easier to demonstrate this way. So lean over your body, so just create this straight neutral spine to avoid this. So more of this sort of distributed weight between your feet, your hips, and your lower back. So here we go. side raise. Like it's actually known as reverse. So you're going in front and side. See if you can control the weight into the space. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. Time has already begun based on my stopwatch. Let's go. And with this one, especially be mindful when you're moving the weight down. Obviously, gravity weight works. It probably wants to come down faster, but slow that movement down. And also depends the amount of weight they use, of course. Or depends how hard this will be, but even using this cans of beans will add extra resistance to the movement. So go up a little bit faster, but slower down to the body. So one side, one front. Keep breathing. You may feel the lower back muscles coming into sort of almost like a discomfort or dull pain or ache. Just take it as long as you feel they're able to stay in control. Otherwise, then we can always readjust your posture. We have 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come up to a standing position. Build the spine up, roll the shoulders, maybe shake your feet. We're going to take your heart rate up with this shadow boxing. You have 60 seconds, everybody. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yes. You can even add some uppercuts. Why not? So, straight and up. Let's go maybe 10 punches straight, and then you can do 10. 1, 2, 3. 10 on the uppercuts. Here we go. Face the other side of the wall. Let's go. Switch. Uppercuts. You can time when to switch. About 10 punches on each. Here we go. 15 seconds. Keep everything closed. Punching in the small target. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly place the dumbbells down. Just shake your flexor muscles out. Like maybe we can try stretching out our forearms. You can do the opposite with the wrist. If you still feel your hands are still cold, the next exercise will certainly warm it up. Okay, I'll show you a variation which I think we should all feel quite comfortable today. And it's to do with compound movements, so multiple movements in one exercise. These are great for using most of the body's sort of energy resources, like sort of burning majority of the calories in this way in one exercise. So here's what we're going to do. Arm curl, go into a squat. That doesn't have to be super low. As low as you feel comfortable, then as you come up, as you add a press, how about we add a slightly twisting press? So look, 1, squat, yeah. Does that make sense? I'll show you from the other side. Squat. It's almost you turning and pressing instead of just going straight vertical. Just adds the complexity for the brain and for the body as well. Ready, everyone? 60 seconds. Get set in 3, 2, 1. Start with the arm curl. Take a squat position and then twisting press. Yes. When you go to the other side, twist the opposite way. Yes. Yes. Don't forget the squat. Don't forget the squat. Depending on how the back feels, of course, you decide the depth of your movement. Keep breathing. There. Don't worry if you sort of forget the exact motion that you're going through. Just stay with the motion of squat and twisting press. The bicep curl is an added extra movement. So in a way, you're doing 3 exercises in 1 movement, yeah? Final one, finish strong, and there you go. Okay, put the dumbbells down. Come closer to the screen, everyone. We have 30 seconds of active recovery. Here's what we're going to do today. We've done this as a part of a warm-up, but today we're going to go something that will elevate your heart rate. So we're moving and we're turning the hip around. So let's go. Next 30 seconds, start the time. Like I'm taking a few steps behind and then coming forwards. You need small space, so just be careful, be mindful what's behind you. Really want the hip to turn as smooth as possible. Yeah? And very, very rarely you would see somebody doing this as a part of a gym workout, or even oftentimes like ballet dancers or athletes, rugby players, some people that use lower body extremities a lot, they would do something that like this. So gymnasts potentially as well. So here we go. Keep the elbows up. Another 5, 4, that's more like a minute actually, 2, 1, and here we go. Shake it up, maybe a good time to have a sip of water if you like to. I did mention at the beginning the pace is going to be full on back one after each other. So let me just remind you before we start. A position and feet props that you may need. So for this, you can either use a door, a solid door doesn't close, so closes against you, or a strong wall. Let's bring back this lower body strength. This will emphasize what's known as your static strength, which every muscle can create, this holding pressure. So looking good, everybody looks good. So take a position, everybody. Just check that you have at least a hip width gap between your feet. So don't have your feet too close. Ready, steady, begin. Lower down, and you decide how low you want to go today. You're already 15 seconds in. Perhaps I'll let you know once we get to a minute, hopefully. Then you can make a decision whether you want to carry on or decide that that was okay for today. I really feel, oftentimes notice people tend to overuse their knees in this position, to try and push all this sort of drive the pressure from your belly button into the wall or into the door. And breathe. Looking good. Hands can either be around the hips or in front of you. That's 1 minute, everyone. You decide. If you feel like you can go a little bit extra, stay with me. I think we're going to go for 2 altogether. I will. Okay, 90 seconds in. That's really good. We all in it. Now, if you're noticing, actually you can go, because we're only going to do this for another 20 seconds. This is where you can potentially go a little bit lower, but that's, again, it's an optional. And otherwise, just stay there. You've done a great job so far. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly, time is up. That's 2 minutes, everybody. Come up. You can use your hands to glide up. Now, you may notice that your legs are like full of blood, or sort of shake them up, shake them up. It's important that we walk around. You can either take your heels back towards your buttocks and just get the blood flowing in the body, lower body especially. Again, yeah? Lovely. Next week, we can add some jumps after this, and that's a burner straight afterwards. But today we can we can perhaps go with this sort of controlling the position against the wall, and then you know what's coming next week when you join. Okay, we're going to focus a lot more next part of the exercises. Sort of upper body, core, lower back. I'd like to bring back some of this swimmer exercise or butterfly for the back extensions for the lower back. But let's start off with if you can perhaps roll your mat out, have something soft for your knees. And I just would like to start me off with a position which sometimes people will just help people. I've even made that mistake, not mistake, but just I would assume somebody can hold a weight into the shoulders. So just when you go down onto your hands, whether you decide whether you want to go on your fists or in your palms open, when you go in this position, everyone, just really feel your support doesn't come just from your hands, but also comes from your shoulders. And just simply hold this angle, almost like the top of the press up motion, yeah? If you can maybe get into this position now, we just hold for the next 10 seconds. And just don't ever get to a position where you want shoulders will start to burn. Just rest your knees down and relax. We'll go back into the position again. And maybe in between, you can simply shake your wrists. I'll explain why we're doing this in a gradual way. We are going to build it up. We are going to add some extra movements into the exercise. So if you're still with me with the motion, we're going to go back into the position. However, just watch this for now. We're going to add the shifting on the weight on one shoulder, which actually makes the exercise twice as hard because one shoulder is taking all the weight. So here's what it will look like. So position, holding this, shift your weight on towards one shoulder, make sure feet are helping you. Tap, slowly. Shift to the opposite side, tap. Try and do this maybe 2 on each side. See what we got. One would be good as well. Here we go. Remember, it's your own practice. It's not a race. So I'm going to give you a window of like 1 minute to do this on each week. Really stay aware of your hips, see what they feel. You might not be able to see what your hips are doing, but you will certainly feel if they're shaking or if your back is coming into the play. You can always have a break if you feel like wrist is having sort of enough or too much pressure is going onto the hands. Yeah. Let's try one more practice, just give yourselves a little final break, and then we'll go for final third attempt where this time, before you go in, try this for me. Just watch the screen for now. So here is just a progression you could try. So as you tap your shoulder, can you do this? 1. Take your time. You don't have to do this straight away, but I think we can all do the tapping of the shoulder. Tap your shoulder. Well, if you were to give this a try, which I hope you will, try and lift your leg up first. So make sure the hips are stable, and then tap your shoulder, if that makes sense. So lift one leg up, comes up, and then tap the shoulder. Yeah. I love to see looking good. And if you think this is okay, a step too much, because every exercise has that progression and a regression, you could say you can pull back and come back to something that you're comfortable with. So this is a final practice. The hips neutral, and that's about it. Yeah, just sit back. You can even sit back into a child pose, drop the weight onto the elbows, and just relax. Yeah. If you've done all of these steps, all of the progressions, well done. That's a sign of a strong sort of coordinative joints. That means that your body can switch on and different multiple body parts together. So that's always a good level to be at, you know. Right now, we're just relaxing. Whether you want to sit back in a child pose or just simply sit back into the feet and rest. Okay. Let's take a position on the floor next, where you just kind of come around, swing your legs in front of you, almost like a childlike sitting position. Yeah. There we go. Maybe even try a little stretch for the upper lower back. Different stretch where you feel might stretch, more stretch in your lower back of your legs, hamstrings. And keep your legs straight and down. And reach over. If you can easily go, maybe wrap your hands in front of, underneath your foot. That's quite good. Okay. And as you sort of shake out from this position, sort of come back into more of like a sitting position, we're going to hold the exercise which we've been practicing the last few weeks. And it's to do with asking your abdominals to support your back. And that's what really, this is the sort of nature of this exercise. Abdominals support the back. When the back says no, okay, then you just relax, okay? Lovely, that's good. If you already started to hold, that's great. We're gonna stay on it for about 60 seconds. We can go in and out of the position. Again, you can make this practice a little bit harder by extending your knees completely. Yeah. And of course, with your arms, you can actually try and encourage the arms almost behind, but be careful how to do this one slowly, avoiding sort of any jerking of the back. So we'll have half a minute. You can always have a little small break. Just shake your shoulders around and then go back into another 20-25 seconds hold. Breathe. If you were to lean back, make sure you compensate by pushing your legs more straight. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lie on your back and try this windscreen wipers, both knees bent, and just take the knees side to side. As you really might feel your spine sort of makes, sometimes you can make some clicking sound or sort of twisting as the vertebra moves on top of each other. Now, can we come onto this side? So so you're almost lying on your side, especially the body parts that should be, if I quickly go through, what should be touching the floor is the hip, the outer of the knee, and the elbow in a one sort of straight line position. This leg, top leg, can stay straight. We're going to go into this position where we actually ask the hip to come up. So we're going to distribute the weight between your knees, your knee, and the elbow, really, yeah? So top leg can stay straight. If we can all come up in this position and hold. Keep going. See if we can do this for about 20 seconds. I'm sure some of you will be able to do this even longer. But just for now, just hold it for 20. Another 5, 4, 3. Be mindful of the neck. Don't tense too much. 1, and relax. Slowly go into that. Yeah. Spin around the other way. I'm going to switch on the opposite side. So I like to do this exercise in conjunction with the elbow planks because it really strengthens this supports like shoulders from a side rather than where Planks are great, but it's more so from the front and lower back. But let's go up and hold. Try and push as you push your elbow into the floor, really feel the side where I'm tapping my body here, side. Get that part of the body to switch on and support you. Breathe. Keep that in, lovely, that's good. Keep the neutral spine, so avoid this. Your head is part of the spine, imagine, yeah. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come down. Stay as you are. If you wanted to just have a quick drink, of course you can. You can, and I'm going to just slow my screen down and show you I think it will be much easier for you to see this small lift that we're going to try. We practiced this one 2 weeks ago first, and then we did it last week again. It was the butterfly motion, yeah? So if you keep your feet together, and it's a back extension, but added movement by raising your arms in front of you, almost like a diving position, but turning your palms up, and then try gliding without sort of resting your elbows on the floor. Yeah, this is a tough one, of course, but try this. It really helps. Honestly, makes a big difference if you tuck your chin in rather than doing this. So tuck, and before you lift your shoulders, squeeze your glutes. So really tighten them up so it actually supports your lower back. So as you go up, you can create that more support around the back. So let's begin. If you're already in the position, chin in, eyes down, let's go. As many as you can. Maybe we can repeat this sort of 5 cycles perhaps. In terms of breathing, I would say inhale and then exhale as you come down. As long as you don't stop breathing, that's fine. Really keep your elbows close to the body. It's not easy. 3 more. Slowly, slowly. Do this in your own time. Bring the motion from the shoulder. Make sure shoulder comes round. There we go. Nice. When you've done your repetition, simply maybe roll onto your back. And with this one, it's less and more often is better because it does put the pressure on your lower back, of course. So just try the sort of one knee across, just feeling the stretch more into the hip. Try to keep both shoulders on the floor. Breathe. And you're ready, you can turn the other side. Slowly lift the knee up and pull this knee across the shoulder. Three, 2, 1. Wonderful. Okay. Stay on your lower back. Stay in sort of similar position, but instead this time we're going to pull the feet in close to the hips. We're going to practice the bridge. But let's try this version where there's different versions of the bridge. Some of us have practiced different variations already here, but instead of raising your hands out, let's ask the shoulders to give us that support. So if anything, maybe keep your hands towards the ceiling, like so, in front of you. And when you go up, roll up. So take all the pressure into the shoulders, not on your head. If anything, you're tucking your chin in. And if you're doing this on a soft mat, it should make it easier to take more weight into the shoulders. Let's practice this for 5 times. There we go. Slowly, slowly, slowly. As you go up, pause at the top of the movement for about 2-3 seconds, and then climb down slowly, 1 vertebra at a time. 3. Nice. Feel any sort of dull, just small acute pain in the back, that's don't panic. It's okay, just we'll stretch it out. Let's go for, I think I have one more left. Try stay within your counting. A version that I'd like to try next is the same exercise, but another version with this one leg at a time, unilateral sides. Now, you might not be able to go up as high, or as you might not be able to hold as long, but just try to push the one leg down, keep the hips as steady as you can, possible, and then come down slowly. So movement, everything's the same, just one leg works, supports you instead of two. Try to keep this knee straight, one that points out like an arrow. Keep it straight. Again, hamstrings can sometimes cramp. So if you're noticing them, you're sort of tightening up, don't let it build up, have a break and shake that, give that side a break. Just maybe even extend your knee a few times, like so. And prepare the opposite leg. We'll do another 5 on this side. Let's go. 1. Down slowly. Again, hands should still be off the floor. There we go. Pushing the heel of the foot that you're using or you're working. Roughly get to 5. If you do extra one, it's no panic. It's all good. That's a sign that your hamstrings is able to resist the pressure. Maybe that's my last one for me. And then rest. Good. Throw your hands behind you. They've been up above the chest a little while. Maybe go like this, just above, almost getting a nice deep stretch into the lob, lats as well. So twist side to side. When you do this, try to keep the head off the floor, slightly off the floor. Just really twist from the spine where you just right. Everyone, that's good. I think we have just enough time for a little break. You can either sit into elbow plank, we are going to do elbow plank as what just came out of my mouth, but just have a little small break before we do so. Let's make this one your own personal best. Yeah, so we have practiced this together, and yeah, it is right at the end of the exercise or training, so it's probably not the fairest of the all because you would have used more of your energy levels by now. But even so, I think we should all be able to brace that support from the back, abdominals, and see what you get, what you got. And I will let you know, I'll maybe say the time every 30 seconds, and that will give you a gauge where we are, okay? Make sure you have something soft underneath you. Thumbs up if you're ready to start. Okay, great. Get set. I'm going to count from 3 to 0. That's when we go up. Please get yourselves in the right position. Make sure your feet are held, toes are pushing down into the floor. Get set, everybody, in 3, 2, 1. Let's go up. Time has already started. Be present with them exercise. Oftentimes easy to think about the next thing you're gonna need to do after you finish the exercising, like phone that person or send the email or whatever it might be, water the plants. Stay with it. Stay with it. On the elbows, feet pushing down to the floor. You're protecting your lower back. Well done. We're approaching 1 minute, by the way. There we go. Come on. Go that little bit extra. It's 1 minute, 15 seconds. When you want to have a rest, or if you already had a break, just simply sit back, recover, stretch, maybe sit back into a child pose. Just wait for everybody to sort of get to the end line. Maintain your breathing. It's 2 minutes, everyone. Just keep going if you can. Last extra 10 seconds. Well done. Okay, we go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll have a break around 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Right. Well done. I would love to see how you found this doing this at the end. So yeah, well done, everyone. Just roll the shoulders, stay on the floor for now. What we could do is, if you're already on the floor, just take 1 step in line of your hands. Just then slowly, it's a great stretch for the hip as well as take the pressure from the lower back. So kneeling, it's known as kneeling, hip flexor stretch. Hip flexors are the group of muscle groups that stabilize our hip and thighs or knees. Just hold it for 10, 9, and slowly get ready to. You can always bring the hands down and switch to the opposite leg, or simply hold it for another 10 seconds to the opposite. And just slowly tilt your body into the space, like as one. Yeah. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to try this like a cat-like stand-up today. So I'll remind you if you're not sure. So it's this, but doing with some motion. Look, extend, so triple extensions with the knee, hips. And what do you got? So from there, and just repeat this for a few times, and then you're gonna need to add the jump. Yes, look at that. Well done, Marie-Paul. Well done, Anne. Well done. Don't worry if you overshoot a little bit. Mike, good job. Diane, lovely. All right. There we go.